Hello, world. We're here. I'm here with the lovely Ken. Ken, introduce
Yep, we're
yourself.
back. Ken, I'm the lovely Ken. Jake, introduce yourself.
My name is Jake, the joyous Jake. We are here to discuss Aljamain Sterling versus Yusuf Zalal. We're going to talk about the whole card, the prelims, and then we're going to jump right into the main card. Um, Dude, very underwhelming card. Wasn't the best. Ken, give me your thoughts on this card.
It was all right. Very top heavy. I think the main card definitely was
Carried
heavy
the fucking
compared
thing.
to the prelims, which is usual. But like usually they throw at least like a couple fighters on the prelims that I know. I mean, did you see Myra Payne Silva's weight cut? How bad that was?
Yeah, it was
And then
terrible,
they
dude.
they suspended betting on the fight. You couldn't bet on the fight. Their weight cut was so bad.
Bro, that's gonna. I feel like the betting stuff has been happening so much more. Like whether them like pause lines, close lines, or whatever. It's like I hope this doesn't turn into like. Do you know how professional pool got like banned for betting because
I did
people would
not know
like,
that.
yeah, like you used to be able to bet on pool, and then they banned it because pool people don't make enough money playing pool. They'd make more. They make more money throwing pool games. So like you had like plus 1700 money lines, like sweeping people. It's just insane. Because pool people, I'm not trying to say this about all pool people, but I'm pretty sure some of them were like not good at hiding it, like just awful at like. But yeah, I don't know. Could you see something like that like happening? Not removing betting at like the whole way, but anything like that?
No, I really hope not because I like betting on the fights.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that happened with boxing when all the fights were fixed, like early on, like that's kind of, I think, kind of where the UFC is at age wise. Like, because the
Yeah.
UFC obviously was, created and it started in the 90s. Like, age wise, I think we are kind of near the fixing fights level of boxing in comparison
Yeah.
to the age.
Yeah, now also I know we're just jumping into the card, but we're gonna talk about this with fixing fights and stuff. Do you think that over time that that do you think that they fix fights? I'm not even trying to sugarcoat it. Do you think that they fix any fights?
It's hard to tell. I mean, I think more often they don't fix fights per se, but they definitely the matchup. Like like they match people up with like, people that they should beat, I think. Especially
Yeah,
prospects. But then again,
right.
like sometimes it doesn't happen the way it should.
Yeah,
Like with the Pink Panther,
dude. Yeah, that one was bad. Um, yeah, that was hilarious actually because we both thought he was gonna win like really
yeah,
easily, and then he goes and gets
throw him
slimed
up
out.
so hardcore.
Yeah, well, actually, that kind of brings up what I was gonna say is I kind of think, and tell me if you agree, I don't think that fights are fixed. I think judges are like some fights, they're very like persuaded to go a certain way. It like, dude, they're like, there's no way there aren't already judges that like in their brain have a 30-27 ready, locked and loaded for the one person. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I think the fighters never have it fixed. I think where it would be more likely fixed is in the judging because sometimes it's insane. Like, what are you watching type fighting? You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was that fight. Can't believe you can't remember if it was last week. It might have been on 2 or 327, but it was like the guy got points taken away, and then he ended up winning the split decision somehow, even though he
Yeah,
like clearly lost the fight.
yeah. Dude, I don't understand that stuff. And that also goes into this with the betting. Brother, if you ever trying to make some money, you better put the house on the underdog if it goes to the decision. I bet you're making bread if you do that. Like, you can live bet to the last second. You just
Yeah,
live bet like a plus 3,000 every match. You got to hit one of them, Uh, you
honestly.
know, it's crazy. But also speaking of betting, the one takeaway I'll have of this card, this was an underdog masterclass, dude. Uh,
Yeah,
one,
kinda.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 underdogs won on this card. That is very rare. That's crazy to me. Um, Usually don't see that. Um, but let's jump right into this stuff. Yeah, like I said before, I didn't really think this was the most eventful card. I think the main card definitely carried the whole thing. But jumping right into it, let's talk about Talita Alencar versus Julia Pilastri. Did you watch this one?
I did not watch any of the prelims. I was actually stuck at work, so I did not watch the prelims at all.
That's all right. We'll run through them. Talita Alencar wins by a unanimous decision. She
I'm
was the
sure that was
underdog
an
plus.
exciting fight.
It was honestly, I thought it was pretty boring. You know, she won decision.
Was
She
it
underdog
was it
wins the decision.
dominant or was it
I thought that it was 28, 29-28, easy.
okay?
29-28. Max Griffin versus Victor Valenzuela. Max Griffin wins by another decision. Clear unanimous decision here.
He
Uh,
lost. What are you talking about?
oh wait, Victor Venezuela. Oh, my bad. Victor Venezuela won. Um, Clear
Max
unanimous
was
decision
the
here.
favorite, right?
Max was the underdog.
What?
Yep,
That's
Victor
crazy.
Venezuela came in at a minus 135. But yeah, it was a clear unanimous decision here. Um, Same thing with Francis Marshall and Lucas Brennan. Francis Marshall comes in as a big underdog, comes in with the victory. Big underdog, Cody Durden, unanimously decisions. Jahel Philo. Cody Durden came in here and just did what he had to do. He mixed in the
Wasn't it
wrestling,
short notice?
striking. It was 5 days short notice. He picked it up at 450. That's a really good fight for Cody Durden. It just kind of shows you that you should just stay in the gym at all times if you're not a champ. You know what I mean? I feel like you should stay in the gym at all times if you're a champ, but you're not fight ready at all times. You know what I mean? Like no one is when you're super high in the rankings because you can't be in fight camp 52 weeks in the year. You know what I mean? You overwork yourself. But Cody Durden proved that he was better than Jafael Filo and wins a unanimous decision there. Mauro Bueno Silva versus Michelle Montag. Michelle Montag wins a unanimous decision here at a big minus 500. Jackson McVeigh. I thought Jackson McVeigh would knock out Cedric Dumas. He threw a really sneaky uppercut to put Cedric Dumas on the ground. Because Jackson McVeigh ended up catching the performance of the night bonus here. So he puts down Cedric Dumas with a really good uppercut, and then he's trying to kill him, and then he just can't get the murder. So then Cedric Dumas ends up getting submitted here with I think it was an anaconda choke or a Darce or something like that. It was a good choke. Jackson McVeigh, he looked really good. I'm excited to see who he fights next. And then Rodolfo Vieira ended up losing to Eric McConico. Um, Eric McConico comes in at the plus plus 255 underdog. He comes in, beats Rodolfo Vieira. Really sneaky, quick left hands. He's a
Yeah.
southpaw, and every time Rodolfo Vieira would come in, he would just land a good punch. I feel like he was backing Rodolfo up more. Um, that kind of rounds out the prelims. Ken, did you were you able to start your night with the main card, or did you miss
I
any on the
was.
main
I
card?
was able to
Okay,
watch the main card.
okay, perfect. So now we can
It sounded
fully
like
dive
it was
in.
a really long prelims with all the decisions, though.
A really long prelims, not too much domination. You know what I mean? Like I feel like
Yeah.
at the end of the fight, a lot of these fights were at the odds that they started the fight or more close. So yeah, but we can jump right into this first heavyweight bout. I'll let you take it from here, Ken. I got to take a second to breathe.
I just want to say real fast on the prelims, my least favorite fighter, Cedric Dumas. Dude, that guy should be cut from the UFC. I don't
Yeah,
understand why he's still employed. He has like so many like unpaid child support and like domestic violence charges. Like, how is he still fighting? He's
yeah.
on like a 3 fight losing streak. They just need to kick him out of the UFC.
You know what I'm thinking
But
here?
oh yeah, go ahead.
And I'm just saying this because you brought this up. I think some people they keep for the highlight reel. Like like they know that chin is chinny. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? but then sometimes it backfires because last week, who won by knockout last week? They were an underdog, but they got like knocked down 6 times, and then they ended up pulling the upset. But yeah, that's last week in the past. But yeah, Ken, take it away. We got Marcus Buchecha versus Ryan Spann. How'd this one go? Talk to me.
Dude, Ryan Spann's fucking huge as
At
a heavyweight.
heavyweight,
Dude, he looks so big. Like maybe
he
this is what the
looked
heavyweight
big.
division needs, man.
He looked big, and he looked good. Because sometimes you
He
come
looked
in and you look,
fast.
yeah, you sometimes you come in big and you're just big. After about
Yeah,
30 seconds, you're gone. We got Derek Lewis. That's a big heavyweight. Dude, I
yeah.
think Ryan Spann would knock out Derek Lewis.
He might. I think this is a good weight class for Ryan Spann, especially late in his career. This actually is a weight class that he could win a championship at. Mm. I think everyone had Buchecha winning by sub most likely,
I had him
but
winning by
this was an
submission.
yeah, this was another underdog win. I'm assuming. But
Yep.
yeah, he just has clean boxing. Hit him with the 3-2, put him down. He didn't even have to follow up.
He
Buchecha
walked
just like
away, dude.
he just laid there with like he just propped up like okay, I'm done. Get me
Please let
out
me
of
come
here.
down here and let me try to submit you.
Yeah, but I think it's a good move for Ryan Spann at the heavyweight division, and I'm sure Buchecha will bounce back, but doesn't look good for him right now. Losing to
Yeah,
Ryan Spann.
I think sometimes these pure Brazilian jiu-jitsu guys, they're not all like Charles Oliveira. You know what I mean? They all don't want to strike and then kill you. They want to bring you to the
Yeah,
ground and submit you. And I think that's what happened here with Marcus Buchecha. The striking is on another level with Ryan Spann, especially the speed he brings from the lower weight class. And dude, like I said before, the dude looked good and he threw an angry punch. If you ever watched the highlight, look at his face. He looked pissed when he threw that too. Did you
did
see
he?
that? Yeah,
I
he
thought he
looked
looked
angry,
focused.
dude. He looked angry. You rewatch it.
Okay.
It was pretty good. But yeah, man. So I had Marcus Buchecha um winning by submission here based on heart. I didn't know if Ryan Spann was still in the game as committed as he used to be because sometimes you see people go in the higher weight class because they don't want to be as committed to commit the weight or cut the
Yeah.
weight. But I think Ryan Spann, man, he proved that we got to give him something good next. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. If Josh Hogan ends up winning, that's not a bad fight. Ryan Spann low key made himself a name with that highlight reel knockout. A performance of the night bonus put himself on Dana's radar. You know,
Yeah,
um,
I think if Hokut wins, he probably is going to be rocketed towards that championship fight
yeah,
against Alex or Cyril.
yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, anything else you want to say about Marcus Buchecha and Ryan Spann?
No, that was it's just a good fight, good start to the main card.
Yeah,
Honestly, after all those decisions, I didn't watch them, but I'm sure seeing like around 2 KO kind of got the juices going again.
he definitely like, yeah, he was the dinner after a funeral. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But next fight we got Rane Barcelos beating Montel Jackson. Um, dude, Rane Barcelos, dude gets hit with hammers and survives. He's
Yeah, I was
getting hit
gonna
with
say
some shit,
I
dude.
thought Montel was gonna knock him out in the first. Like he had him
He
hurt
wobbled him
many
bad,
times.
dude.
Dude,
Yeah,
how
yeah, yeah, yeah.
annoying! How annoying was Jason Herzog? Ear, 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 ear. Watch the back of the head. Ear, ear.
Yeah,
He's down. He's down. Like,
yeah.
do you, does he need
I
to
think
be like
Jason
that into the
Herzog is
action?
one of the best refs, but we don't got to be so vocal, bud.
He's trying to make the show about him. That was sad. Montel, obviously, great first round, but yeah, just the wrestling, control time, and just he, Barcelos just obviously won the fight, two
Just
to one.
unked him, man. It's year of
Yeah,
the unk, bro. I swear to God. Um, I don't know why. Also, and I know we're talking a lot about betting this fight or this card, but but I always think when Jason Herzog refs the fights that I bet on, they win the bets.
hey, you have a direct line to Jason Herzog, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, dude, hey, whatever happens, even if he goes out, don't stop the fight. I need this to go around
Yeah,
too. Um, but no, yeah, like you said, Ronnie Barcelos, when he took him to the ground, he held him down. When he did what he had to do to win this fight. Split decision. I don't think either one of these guys lose stock. Montel Jackson looked good. It's just, dude, when you have a brain that doesn't shut off, That's an advantage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably lost a few years of his life, but it's all right. Win this fight. Um, yeah, and then we're gonna move on to Davy Crackhead Grant
40-year-old Davy
versus
Grant.
versus Adrian Luna Martiani. Um, dude, Adrian really thought he won when this fucking shit got called. He was all
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
nah, bro, you're the Davy Grant. This guy looks like he's on crack when he's in the octagon, but it is entertaining, and I was rooting for him. What
Yeah.
did you think about it?
He hit him with the reverse triangle, didn't he?
It was a unanimous decision.
But he had the reverse triangle
Yeah,
in the fight.
yeah. Yep.
That shit looked tight. I thought the fight was over, honestly, when he
Yeah,
hit
dude.
that. But yeah, it was back and forth, but Davy Grant clearly won the fight. I don't the same thing with the co-main, like the decision was correct, and like, it definitely wasn't a robbery. Might have been a close fight, but in close fights there's no robberies. Davy Grant clearly won the fight, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like sometimes as a fighter, and I've been there too, because I've amateur box. Um, you you overestimate how you did in the fight. You know what I mean? There was a moment, and I know we're going to talk about the co-main, but there was a moment when Norma Dumont was smiling and kind of having like just sparring, kind of, and I was like, I think she's losing.
Yeah.
You know, but I think as fighters, you kind of think you get ahead, but you're not a spectator, and sometimes the judges are spectators. They're not fighters. You know what I mean? They are spectating, and you got to fight for the spectator, not you may think you're ahead and you're not. And that's kind of just what I wanted to say. But yeah, Davy Grant, clear victory here. Another clear unanimous decision would have to go to Rafa Garcia and Alexander Hernandez. Dude,
Yeah.
Alexander Hernandez, man. He's win one, lose one. He's on a Nate Diaz track, I swear to God. Um, but yeah, I mean, what do you think about this? I think Rafa Garcia had his way with him.
I think, dude, Alexander Hernandez, like, I've never liked him, uh, all because he talks shit to Cowboy Cerrone, dude.
Dude,
Ever
I
since he did
know, and then
that,
Cowboy beat the
like,
shit out of him.
yeah, like I just can't like him. I mean, he's unk right now, dude. He's getting up there in age. I think
Yeah.
it might be time to hang it up for him. Yeah, clear decision. Rafa, outstruck him, took him down, controlled him. Just clear winner.
Yeah. Yep. And the other thing I wanted to say with Alexander Hernandez, and I guess I'd say the same thing about not the same thing, the opposite about Rafa Garcia. Dude, Alexander does not show damage well. Like he gets really red and his
Yeah,
mouth starts bleeding. Like he looks damaged. On the other hand, dude, Rafa Garcia looked like he didn't even fight. You know what I mean? Like he I think he had a little nick over his eye maybe, but
yeah,
he didn't look too messed up. But dude, Alexander Hernandez, I feel like I even thought this in the last time I saw him fight is like he's that white where like the moment you get touched, you turn red. You know, he may not
Pimlet
get
White, dude.
like he may not get cut up, but he's turning red, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
it's weird
but
because
yeah,
usually like fighters with a lot of like fights obviously have the scar tissue, so it's easier for them to bleed. But he just
yeah,
turns red and
yeah.
doesn't get cut very
Um,
easily.
I knew Rafa Garcia was gonna win the moment I saw Cub Swanson in his corner.
Yeah, right. I
I
saw
he
whenever they were interviewing him before the
Yeah, they were
walkout, I was
interviewing
like, "Oh
Cub.
shit, I gotta." All right, Rafa is all on you, dog.
Yeah.
He's got to win.
Dude, I was confident. I thought Rafa was gonna win by knockout. I really
Oh,
did,
really?
because the way that Cub talks, it's so like where you believe in him. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like he was talking about like Rafa going in there and getting the KO, which he landed a good hook at one point in this fight. But yeah, ends up getting the decision. A really good fight for Rafa Garcia. Definitely picks up the stock here. Should get a ranked opponent next. Or where's Alexander ranked?
he wasn't. I
I
don't
don't think he
think.
was. He was not. He should get a ranked opponent next. Um, the next, hey, dude, next up, we got a little Steve Urseg in the women's division. Jocelyn
He
Edwards at
first.
number 11. At number 11, fighting number 3, Norma Dumont. Um, we talked a little bit about this. I thought Norma just kind of thought she won it early and stopped
Yeah,
fighting.
yeah. I mean, it was a close fight. It could have gone either way. Definitely not a robbery again. I mean, I don't know. Like Jocelyn, I don't know if all those strikes count because if you look at the total strikes, dude, like what are we counting as strikes nowadays?
Yeah, and also, do you also feel like when I think of this fight, the first thing I think of is Jocelyn Edwards missed a lot of power shots.
Yeah,
Like she was whiffing.
yeah.
But that being said, she did move Norma Dumont back a lot. But Norma Dumont, I feel like she got the control time that she like. Didn't she get a takedown in the first round? Won the first round, I would say.
No,
No.
there's no takedowns.
Oh, then I must be stupid. But I
If she
definitely
did take her
remember.
down, I can't remember if she took her down, but if she did take her down, then Jocelyn got right back up because they don't count those as takedowns if you don't do anything with the takedown.
Yeah, no takedowns, no takedowns. Um, but yeah, I thought it was weird because I was looking at FanDuel when this fight was going on, and when the right before the fight ended, dude, Norma Dumont was a plus 700.
Somebody knows something that we don't, man.
I
Again,
dude,
that was a really close fight. Could have gone either way.
yeah,
Not a robbery. I get that Norma was like, oh, like she was surprised. I
thirty twenty
personally,
seven is crazy.
yeah, she Norma definitely won round one. I think honestly,
Yeah, and
round
like
one,
I feel round two, she either won on confidence because the way she was like moving around laughing, or lost on not doing enough. And then it was
yeah.
1-1. Like there's no way it's 30-27. Um,
Now my thing though is like when fighters are being animated, like you hear the commentators say all the time, like, "Oh, that must have really hurt then because he smiled, he laughed about it, like he's trying to fake like it didn't hurt." So like maybe that plays into what the judges see. Like they see her
yeah,
like laughing, like having fun. And they're like, okay, she's getting fucked up. Maybe I don't know, but
yeah,
like I don't think that's being animated like that. Probably isn't good for visuals when it comes to the judges.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, hey, Jocelyn Edwards jumps from 11 to fucking 3 probably or 4
I
here.
mean, the women's bantamweight division is kind of
Yeah, it's not deep
not
at all.
there right now.
Um, but I think Jocelyn Edwards, I think she just gets exposed in her next fight. You know, I
Yeah,
think, yeah, I think that if she gets into a bad position on the ground, I want to see that. I want to see how she reacts to that because she's good at not getting taken down. But if she does, I want to see that. You know what I mean?
yeah. I
Um,
mean, the thing though with Jocelyn is like she can finish people.
yeah,
Like her last four
she
fights,
does
two
have big
subs, two
hands.
KOs. Like I just think that this is like one of those situations where it wasn't a good matchup for her to show her skills, basically. Because
It was kind
like
of like a be safe and get the win.
yeah, that and I don't even think that she was necessarily being safe to get the win, but like how they usually say like, like, oh, people are booing because they're not striking, but like to like hit somebody, you need somebody to engage with you and not like run away and back up the entire fight, which I think
Yeah,
is kind of what Norma did the entire fight was just kind of back up.
definitely the second and third round for sure.
Yeah.
You know, um, yeah, but yeah, Jocelyn Edwards end up with the unanimous decision here. Uh, Underdog again, plus 170. Yeah. Co-main. Let's jump right into this main event. We got Aljamain Sterling versus Yusuf Zalal. Ken,
Yep.
I asked you how you thought it was going to go. You said Aljamain Sterling. I said Aljamain Sterling without experience him. You said him by sub. I am so surprised he didn't win by sub.
He had him, dude. He had him in like a rear naked with one
Yeah, dude.
arm.
He had
And
his
he
neck
could
like
have
this, and he was just punching him.
yeah, like just lock it up. Why did he not lock it up?
Dude,
He
I
had the
had money on
time.
him. I had money on him winning and not because I thought that he was gonna come in here and win late. I thought he would have a late stoppage. I thought that he would make a statement win, like with a big choke here. But it was one of those ALJO fights that wasn't boring. It was entertaining because he did strike a lot on the ground. He was beating the shit out of Zalal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. What's your takeaways here?
Just he experience, dude. That's the main thing, honestly. The experience was
Yep.
just too much. And then I think maybe the fact that they sparred previously, like they kind of had a feeling for what the other person was going to show. Dude,
Right.
Aljo at 145 is like a new person, man. I swear to God, like I think he
This
might
lighter
have
man
another.
skill, man.
I think he might have another title like run like in his future because I mean, who else is there gonna be? Are they gonna make Diego versus the winner of Volk versus Evil? Like
Yeah.
I think Aljo should get a title shot. He wants to be active. The UFC is just not booking him. Yusuf's young. He'll bounce back. Like this isn't anything to like hang your head on. Like losing to Aljo is not that big of a deal because Aljo is former champion at bantamweight.
Yeah.
Dude, mirroring Montel Jackson versus Barcelos. Like Barcelos had Montel in the exact same position, one arm choke, and
Yep.
he had his arm trapped. Again, dude, why did he not choke him out? I put
I
50
don't
on
get
Aljo
that
by sub,
shit.
dude. I put 50 on Aljo by
Dude,
sub.
I had
Did
50
not
on that
hit.
shit too.
Dude, when he
Well,
had him in that,
him by under the
when he
thing.
had him in the choke, I was like, yes,
I
we're
thought
about to win
Zalal
so
fell
much money.
asleep, dude. I thought he went to sleep.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know,
yeah,
dude. Aljo's just a backpack. Just too much
yeah,
for Yusuf.
if you don't get choked out, you give up that round the moment he gets on your back because he's
Yeah.
not his like his transitions are like butter. You know what I mean? Like when someone is trying to move into a more positive position, he knows that and he's getting to the more positive position that he needs to be at beforehand.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, dude, I think we got to let this Volk and Evelev fight play out because man, how sick would it be for Aljo to get that fight back? You know, his last loss is Evelev. He fights an Unk in Ortega, and now he fights an up and comer in Zalal. Let's give him what he wants. You know, um,
Yeah.
I one thing I'll say, Aljo needs to tighten up the striking. His hooks come from a really wide
Yeah. Yeah.
hit, and that is kryptonite for Volk. I think
Yeah. Like I'm not a
to
boxer, but dude, like he's just winging shots.
yeah, you saw some of those, and he didn't even like. It's so crazy the gas tank you have after you've like became a champion and you've like lived 5 round fights. You know what
You
I
think
mean?
so?
Like, well, I sent a question into Believe You Me podcast with Michael Bisping. Yo, look at that. It features me a few times. But I sent a question in and I said, what are some of the things that you guys did as UFC fighters to transition from a 3 round fight to a 5 round fight, right? Because I think when a lot of fighters when they do their first 5 round fight, the commentators always say this is their first 5 round main event. You know,
Yeah.
Zalal said it in his post fight interview. This is my first 5 round fight. Um, Aljamain Sterling said, "I don't think this will be his first time going into deep waters 5 rounds. I don't think he's strong enough to go full 5 rounds with me. I think it's almost a whole second fight, you
Yeah.
know. And to change your pacing, I think is very hard at first. And I think you gain so much as a fighter from the 5 round experience if you go the full 5 rounds. Um. So yeah,
I've
I
always
think
been
Zalal. Sorry,
I've
what were you
always
gonna say?
been under. Oh, what were you saying about Zoll?
No, I was just I think Zalal, if he could bounce back really well from this, if he takes this as a lesson.
Yeah, I just was always under the assumption that the fighters like trained like 7 or 8 rounds. Like you hear like about them like doing like, oh, I did 10 rounds, different training partner each round, to get like your gas tank up. Like,
Yeah,
did Yusuf just not do that? Like, I just don't
I
understand.
I don't
Or does it not
necessarily
translate to an actual fight?
I don't necessarily think it's the I don't necessarily think it's the training because it's more the output. Like your 3 round output is gonna be not as calculated as a 5 round output. For instance, you can necessarily not throw any shots for 2 rounds in a 5 round fight and still win the fight. That's never going to happen in a 3 round fight. Um, Vice versa, you can go really hard for the first 2 rounds of a 3 round fight and then take the third round off, and then you're fine. You're gonna get a decision. Um, that can't happen in a 5 round fight. You know, you're gonna gas out. So you have to learn how to spread your cardio, and I think it's really hard to do that transitioning from your first 5 round fight, or your first transitioning from a 3 round fight to your first 5 round fight, because you've never done it under the lights with the actual thing. You know what I mean? How do you
Yeah.
you pace yourself much differently under the lights in the gym with your opponent coming at you without headgear on, without protective gear, nothing. You may revert back to how you fight a 3 round fight, and then you gas out, and then you're done. You know, so I think it's more pacing than what it is training. I think how you are on fight night can make all the training go away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think also just having Aljo on your back punching you in the face, even though they're like, short punches, like that has to be annoying and those
Yeah.
build up. But I think, having him do that, kneeing his stomach in the first round
Yep.
towards the end, like just constantly being taken down and threaten him, like having him threaten submissions against you. I think that kind of, that kind of
I
wears you
think
out, I'm sure. Because
I
wrestling,
also
obviously, like people say, like, oh, you're carrying the guy's weight for 5 minutes. Like that's gonna wait. That's gonna, you know,
yeah.
take you out of the fight.
Yeah, 100%. And tell me if you agree with this, or tell me just your opinion on the statement. I think this was a perfect fight. This showed how Aljamain invested for the later for the later in the fight, because he kind of those knees that he was landing in the first round. I think Zalal, Aljo won clearly the whole fight, but
Yeah,
what he was doing earlier was not necessarily as much output, but it was definitely stronger, like big knees that are gonna affect Zalal later in the fight. You know what I mean? Like these big shots, they're not hurting you now, but in about 2 rounds, you'll feel it. The other thing
yeah,
I loved, dude, there was a moment in this fight where freaking Aljo started hitting him with his leg kicks, and he almost like as Zalal tried to step back one time and his leg wasn't there. It was like this was kind of a different Aljo. I heard he's with a new striking coach, which is good. Um, but like you said, man, experience takes over. Experience definitely takes over.
yeah. He hit him with
You
that trip whenever Zalal threw a kick.
that first round,
Um,
yeah,
but at the same time, dude, Aljo was whiffing on a lot of those kicks in the first round, first 2 rounds. They even were
yeah.
saying like he's got to set it up with like a punch or something because he's just throwing kicks and it's telegraphed from a mile away, dude. You could see those kicks coming.
There was one moment in this fight where I thought Aljo got knocked out cold by a knee. Whenever he went for a takedown and then he
Yeah,
got hit with, you know what I'm talking about? And then he dropped to his
yeah,
knees.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought he got put out, but no, he was good. Um, Another thing I want to say about this fight, Aljo, he did a really good job of like like putting the punches where they mattered to not have any ref step in. You know what I mean? He did do more punches. I wish he would have finished the fight, but he did try. This wasn't boring. You know, sometimes you get sometimes you get boring decisions. This was an entertaining decision. Um, I want to pose a question to you.
Okay, I have a question after your question.
Okay, okay. Zalal trained with Aljo. Do you think that people who like Zalal training with Aljo gives him false confidence because of maybe how good he does in those training sessions? Um, and I'll kind of like add this with it. Like, do you think that like obviously Aljo does this, but Aljo like keeps things in his bag, obviously, for when the fight comes up. Like I don't know. I feel like Zalal had way too much confidence here.
Maybe confidence. I do think that obviously like training in the past together does, kind of give you some like if you were getting the better of the guy, obviously that's going to give you some confidence and like make like Yeah, I bested the guy before in training. It's just going to be the same thing. Maybe some false confidence, but I think he went in there as prepared as he could be. Obviously, fighting is a lot different from training. I'm sure when they were training together, I think didn't Aljo bring him in as a training partner for a
No,
fight?
yeah, he brought him in, and then I think Aljo was training with Zalal when Zalal was an amateur.
Okay. Yeah, I just thought maybe he brought him in because like he like was similar to like an opponent or something like that. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think maybe Zalal did have some false confidence, but I don't think that necessarily hindered his performance per se. I think maybe just him not fighting the 5 rounds before, and then also, Aljo just weighing on him the entire like
just
10
beating the
minutes.
shit out of him.
He did have some bright moments, like the guillotine that he had Aljo in, that I thought Aljo
That
was
scared
definitely
me.
gonna tap, dude. Yeah, like that. He had good moments, and he was in the fight. Like there was never a point where I was like, okay, like he's just clearly not ready. He lost the entire fight.
Hmm.
Aljo did dominate him, but there wasn't a point in the fight where you would step in and stop it because like he wasn't competitive. Now my question to you kind of ties into that. Aljo was hitting with a lot of shots when he was on top of Aljo had him in the body triangle, laying on his back, and Aljo was hitting him with a bunch of shots. Do you
Yeah,
think we'll ever see a moment where a ref stops a fight when somebody's in a body triangle getting hit like that? Because he wasn't like defending himself. I don't think like intelligently. Like he's
bro.
blocking the
I
shots,
think
but
I
like
know,
there's so
dude.
many shots, so many unanswered shots. He's not
I
improving
know.
position. Like,
Ken
do you
needed this
think there
fight
will
to
be
not
a
go decision. Uh,
right?
no, but
Like that's one of
I
the
I
that's a fight that I could see ending like that, dude.
I think those moments are because dude, if that was Keith Peterson, that shit's over. Like, you know,
The first shot.
yeah, dude, that shit's over when he gets taken down. Um, but I also think in those positions, they need like there's too much opportunity for advancement to
Okay.
just end it there. Like all Zalal had to do to stop getting fucking pounded was, you know
Well,
what I
yeah,
mean?
but
Like, but I know,
he's getting
but
hit from
I,
both
dude,
sides, though.
even Aljo said that in that moment, though, I will say that moment was a 60-40. That wasn't like 60% Herb could have stepped in there. Like Zalal, like you said, was not intelligently defending. And as a ref, that's when you step in when it's not intelligent defense. Um, I think that that also goes into my point. Zalal, one thing that Zalal proved in this fight is that he does not show damage at all. He
Right.
shows zero damage. The dude, or literally, Aljo has pillow hands. But yeah, I also want Aljo. There were so many moments Aljo could have cut him open with elbows,
Yeah.
dude, so many moments. Like even when he was hitting him, it's like, dude, these elbows on the temple. Oh
People
my
forget that they can do it,
god.
man. People forget the 12-6
I hear, dude, but
exists
did
now.
you? I heard the coach on over the TV.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
saying
I know.
elbows, elbows. It's
Yeah.
like, and do they not realize the 12-6 is legal? And well, maybe not there, but it is. I think it is everywhere now, right? Um,
It's MMA
but
rules.
yeah,
No.
but wait, is the 12-6 legal?
Yeah.
Yeah, they made it legal. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Stupid
That's how
ass brain.
Patty beat Mike Chandler.
Yeah. But dude, and then the other thing I like, which we almost got here, was an up kick knockout. That would have been
Yeah.
sick. Um, but uh,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
want to
no, it
see
was a
some up kicks to like the liver, dude. Like that one chick got kicked
yeah.
and knocked
I
out
don't know
that
why
way.
people don't do that. That heel
Like
to
they
the
aim for the
liver
head, but
is
like do it due to the body. Like the
dangerous.
body's there.
Or,
Probably
bro,
easier to hit too.
you know what I think, bro? Heel to the fucking oblique.
Yeah. That shit was
Like, like, dude, forget the oblique kick. Put me on my ass. Come on.
yeah.
But but yeah, dude, Aljamain Sterling, man, clear dominance. The This is one of those moments of like, gatekeeping Zalal. We'll see how he bounces back from here. I think he'll come back way better. He has that aura of confidence and that aura of like learning from his mistakes that he will definitely be better after this. Um, he I think that he can have the gas tank for 5 round fights. This was a good first test. With how much wrestling was involved, if you just stay standing with him, I think he can go 5 rounds.
Yeah, like the top of the division, they're mainly strikers. So like
Yeah, dude.
I think Aljo's
Yeah.
honestly like probably the worst like fighter for anybody in like the top five to go against because of his wrestling.
Yeah, let's think about it. We got Gene Silva, Aljo's right above him, Yair Rodriguez, Lerone Murphy, Diego Lopez, Mozart. What are they doing with Yair? Do you know?
Maybe he's injured.
Yeah,
Hey,
I have no idea. Or maybe they're saving it for International Fight Week.
do they still need to make Yair versus Diego, dude? That's what they need to do, if anything.
I know that is cinema, but that would be more of a 5 round main event, you think? Or a co-main, a co-main International Fight Week. If Diego wins, oh my god, I'm nervous though because dude, I don't know
Who
if
do you
Diego's
like
gonna
better? Do you
win.
like Yair?
Oh, I think I like them equally, to be fair.
Or really?
I don't know. I think Diego's footwork isn't good enough to beat Yair, I don't think. Yair has insane striking and dude, um Diego never changed his footwork from the first time he fought Volk, and that's not a good sign.
Yeah, but
Uh
Diego has jiu-jitsu, man.
yeah, and and Yair sometimes gasses out, I think. Um but yeah,
Yair
I
lost
think I
against
think
Brian Ortega, dude. He got
yeah, he
subbed
did
by
get
Arm
submitted.
Triangle.
Yeah, he did get
Come on,
submitted.
man.
Um
Don't think
dude,
Diego's doing that to him?
I think Aljo versus Diego would be a good fight.
Yeah, you called him a gatekeeper. He's new to the division. What are you talking about, dude? This is his
No,
first
but I'm
time
saying like
being a
I'm
rank. I
saying like,
get
bro,
I get he's older, but Aljamain's climbing, dude. He's
listen.
trying to get the title shot. He's not in limbo. He's not middle division, like about to,
Okay, hey,
never fighting for a title again, just, taking on like the up and comers. He's climbing. He wants
yeah.
somebody like he wants the winner of
You know
Vulcan
what? And the other
Evil.
thing is, and I think Aljo's showing this, and I think kind of Ilya too, is bro, when you get older, just move up and weight. Like your skill stays, bro. Like
You
if
think
you're
that's
a
what it
champ,
is?
I mean, it's lighter man's skill, dude. Like, you don't think so?
No, I think Aljo moved up so Marab could challenge for the title. Like he's
Yeah,
that good of a friend.
they are buds, man. How do you see Aljo versus Volk going?
I think Aljo could beat him with his wrestling.
I think Aljo has sneaky takedowns.
I
Like,
think Aljo's wrestling is better than Volk's anti wrestling.
yeah,
His
I think this.
Craig
Yeah, this
Jones
is.
anti
Well, I
wrestling.
don't know, dude. Volk kind of like stopped. He didn't really. He stopped getting taken down from Islam.
Eh,
Eh. Listen,
I mean that sets
I,
up other things though, like
I,
subs,
yeah, that's true. I think,
head kicks.
I think with Volk, I think here's what I'll say. Volk is really good everywhere, right?
Yeah,
I think Aljamain Sterling, where Volk is good everywhere, Aljamain Sterling is amazing, amazing, double amazing at back taking.
yeah,
So I think the only difference in this fight would be how much can Alex stop Aljo from getting the back. Because I think Alex can do enough if he can keep him off his back. But like I said before, the moment you give Aljo your back with 3 minutes to go or 2 minutes to go, give him the round. You know what I mean? But that's my opinion.
yeah. You think
You know?
all I know is Volk versus Aljo. It's gonna go to a decision most likely.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I think Aljo has a really good gas tank, and I think Volk is not. pillow hands for Aljo to put him out. There's no chance he's putting him out unless he chokes him out. But Volk was deeper than 400 feet in a choke with Brian Ortega,
Yeah.
and didn't like his face was a different color than his body. It was
Yeah, but if
crazy.
we want to do a little bit of MMA math, dude, you know who beat Brian Ortega by decision? ALJO. You know who else beat him by a decision?
Max Holloway.
Max beat him by a
Huh?
decision. Max beat him by a decision? I thought it was a knockout.
Oh, was it? Well, hey, either way, MMA math, baby. It's
Dude, I
crazy.
think I think Aljo is probably. I mean, Evelev obviously has the best chance of beating Volk with his wrestling, and I think Aljo versus Evelev for a championship would be like a good rematch.
Yeah, that would definitely be the one that would definitely be the one that you'd want to make to sell the like tickets and stuff. But I don't know. I see Volk beating Evil. I see
Yeah,
Volk
well,
just
I'm saying like if Evelev loses, then Aljo's wrestling. It's different because it's not Russian wrestling. It's
yeah,
American.
yeah.
American.
Dude, I before we end this podcast, I'm gonna ask you two questions. Okay. Number
Any
one.
questions?
Two questions.
Question
Number
after
one.
this then.
Number one. How what percentage of like Aljo got kneed illegally by PODN?
Yep.
Do you think that like he's getting that like getting the respect he deserves slowly but surely?
So, like I never understood the Aljo hate
I
because
never have either because he's so like
because
good.
yeah, because literally rematch against Peter Yan and he beat him clearly. He
Masterclass.
dominated him. He lost to Sean. Like
Yeah, he got
he
caught.
was
He
like
got caught.
yeah. He was the reason that there's a rise for Sean, and then I think people also didn't like him because him and Marab but didn't want to fight each other, and he was holding up the division for Marab, and
The
I
UFC
don't I
didn't
don't know.
like him. They forced
Yeah,
the Sean O'Malley fight on him way too early.
yeah, I
You
never
know,
understood the hate. I never understood the hate, and I like in my eyes, he's always just been like a good champion, a good wrestler, and the
and
decisions that he
active,
does,
dude.
yeah, the decisions are also entertaining. It's not like he's just on somebody's back and doesn't actually like do
Yeah, he's
anything. Like he's
trying to get
throwing
the finish.
punches, he's trying to get subs. Like he's looking for the finish. Like he has the most like one of the most entertaining styles of wrestling in MMA right now, I think.
Yeah, dude. You know what I just thought of?
What?
I watched live. Like I was flicking through channels like years ago. I watched live when he got knocked out cold with that oh my god, I'm trying to think what it was. Was it a punch or a head kick that he got knocked out or a knee or something? He got knocked
It was
out.
a head kick by Edson Barboza.
Yeah, it was so brutal, bro. And I remember watching that live just like, "Oh my
He
god."
just he literally just
Yeah, he stiffened up. It came up with my Snapchat memories because I like had a video of it like, "Oh my god."
okay.
But like,
It's
dude, it
funny.
was so funny, dude. It was like it's just small work because like you realize like I wasn't even a fan of the UFC then, but like that's Aljo. Like he's been in the UFC for so long, dude.
Yeah.
Um, but what was your
Getting
question?
up there,
Because the
dude.
other one I had totally flew out of my fucking ear.
Oh, go ahead. You can ask.
No, I forget what it is.
I didn't have a question. I was dude.
Oh, well, hey, Ken, listen, this card. What would you rate this card?
I give it a 5 out of 10. I think it's a
Yeah, I'd give
mid
it a
card.
five.
A lot of
Five.
decisions.
A lot of underdogs. Yeah, I guys, we'll be back on later this week. Do some predictions. Where I think we'll probably talk about some other stuff this week with
Oh, I remember
some
my
UFC.
question. I remember my
Oh.
question. But, like people are complaining about cards now because they're not like stacked. They're using a lot of like the contender series fighters. I want
Mhm.
your opinion on that. Do you think that it's like oversaturated with fights? Like too many fight nights, too many like not pay-per-views, numbered events. Like do you think there's too much or do you think there's the right amount? And do you think having all these like contender series fighters fighting on the cards, like, do you think there's like a need for that? Do you think they should go away from that, or just keep like the entertainment value with the names, like the well-known names?
Yeah, so the UFC, I kind of look at it at two perspectives because me and you are hardcore fans, so we want UFC every Saturday. It's what we live for. But as a casual fan, this weekend wouldn't have excited me. Last weekend wouldn't have excited me. Um, I think that the UFC has become a brand and it's more of a roster thing. Like you can't just like everybody has to fight. You have a lot of these younger people, a lot of like no names that need to fight. Um, I think what's really annoying is the lack of like the lack of interest in the co-mains. That's what if they got better co-main events, that's what I would be interested in. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
I understand like Norma Dumont and like this is a good co-main event, but I mean
Yeah, big Norm, dude. Come on.
I yeah, but I don't know. I think the co-mains need work. I think I think it's too hard to make that decision. They've made it to where the UFC makes them money, not the fighters. So them putting out mediocre cards every week doesn't make them less money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it because I bet on it every week and I like live for it. You know, when there's not a UFC on Saturday, I'm like, where is it? But I do think that they need to pick it up on like put some fuck. If you're gonna have all these fights, you can't have like dumb main events. Like next week's main event is so good. You know, like I'm hyped for that. Carlos Prates and Jack Della Maddalena. But you know, I think that you could do some work with some main events.
Yeah, I think next week's card's pretty good. Do you think like the complaining is warranted? Do you think like, you know, the fans being upset, like a lot of hardcore fans are upset. Like they're saying, "Oh, like you're gonna lose all the hardcore fans because like why am I watching a guy that won like on the contender series like 3 weeks ago?"
Yeah,
Do you think it's warranted? Do you think like people should
I
be
think it's
complaining?
I think it's like it's hard because I want to be Dana and just be like shut the fuck up and watch the fights. You can turn off whatever fight you don't want to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you're gonna complain about like I don't know, every fight there's a chance for a what the fuck moment. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
You know what
I
my
don't know
point is? You know why I think that it's not warranted?
why.
Because like a couple years ago, nobody knew Ilya Taporia. He was one of those guys coming up, like we had no idea who the hell he was. He's fighting some random guy, and it's like, who cares about this fight? Now look at him, one of the biggest stars, Alex Pereira. The only reason he came in and he was so big was because he had the beef with Izzy before the UFC. Like a lot of these guys, Josh Hokett, he was from Bellator. Nobody knew about him. He was doing the same stuff in Bellator and PFL that he's doing in the in the UFC. Like he's cutting the same promos. He's the same character as he was in Bellator and PFL, but nobody knew about him until he came to the UFC and like he won a couple fights. Like
Yeah.
nobody cares about these fighters whenever they're so low, but there's always that chance that they're going to be somebody huge. So like that's why you should be invested. That's why you should be watching the early prelims. I didn't watch the prelims this week. I had work. The only reason
Yeah.
I would have watched it, I would have watched the prelims because you never know which one of these guys is gonna be like your new favorite fighter or gonna be like a champion in like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah, and the other thing is, and I don't want to make it about money or anything like that, but these people who are complaining, guys, the UFC is your fucking content.
Yeah,
like like you hey, next I don't know about you, but when there's fucking 2 weeks of no UFC, I'm bored as shit. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Like there's not even like like I've resorted to neon clips with fucking Armin. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it's crazy. Like I don't
I've been
know.
watching the RAF, dude. Come on.
Yeah, that is a good thing. That we'll talk more about. But But yeah, no, I think the UFC has made a machine for money printing. And I think it's easier for them to just make 7 out of 10 cards instead of putting one or two or three 10 out of 10s every month, you know?
You know, it's
One
also
thing,
crazy. Oh, sorry.
huh?
One thing.
No, one thing
What's
that I think one thing that I
so
want
the
them to do more though,
yeah, go ahead, go ahead,
yeah,
go ahead,
right.
go ahead.
One thing I want them to do more though is I want them to go back to like the cool like I want them to do more location events. Like the arenas are getting stale. Like I like this UFC event. They remember they did like like battle on the shore at like Wildwood. Like I don't know, like cool places, you know? Like I like to see the UFC like I don't know, like it like in the fucking dude, how sick
Like
would
the
the
White
UFC be
House,
in the
dude.
Coliseum?
Dude, could you imagine at the White House?
Dude, on the lawn?
Dude, that'd be crazy.
Dude, imagine if they had a press conference at the freaking monument.
Yeah. I mean, they do like, big stadiums and stuff like that in different countries. Like
Yeah, but I
O2
mean like they
Arena, like
did the
that's
sphere.
huge.
They did the Sphere. They're doing the White House. How sick would it be in like Athens, Greece? How sick would it be like? How sick would it be at the pyramids? Like,
Dude, it's always hard because of weather. You never know what the weather's
well,
gonna be like, dude.
no, dude.
Because they're already
I'm
talking
dude.
about if it rains at the White House, they're gonna remove the event.
Listen,
So
dude.
like, dude, it kind of like the outside is kind of hard.
You act like
Sorry, I
I'm
have
talking
bad
outside,
allergies
bro.
right now.
I'm saying put the fighters in King
The
Tut's
Colosseum
tomb.
is outside. Do you think it's inside?
No, the pyramids.
The pyramids? Oh, inside the pyramid. That's never been opened before. Oh, that makes a lot of sense, dude. And guess what, dude? It's gonna look the same. It's gonna
That
look like
is
an
true.
empty room with a
That is
with a
true.
cage in the middle.
That is true. No. Oh, here's a question before we leave. What's your opinion on the AI stuff?
Don't care about it.
Really, you don't give a shit?
Yeah, I'm a fan of UFC, dude. I don't really care if they're using AI. Like I get, oh yeah, it sucks for like the people that used to create the promos and stuff. They're not getting paid. Like
Yeah, bro,
somebody just
that's a
lost their
shut the
job.
fuck up and watch the fights moment. Like that's that.
Like I'm
I
like
could
I'm
care
like
less too.
I'm like like first world problems, dude. Like I don't even care about that.
Bro,
But the
the
one
other
thing I
thing
wanted to
is,
say, God damn it. How many you said one thing, now you're saying another. All I
no,
wanted to
you
say
go.
was all I wanted to say was dude, I'd rather watch the prelims of fighters that I don't know on the UFC than ever watch a main event pay-per-view card for dirty boxing where I don't know a single person and all the fights suck and all the people are just like washed up people. There's like a 40-year-old on there doing his third professional fight. Why are you
Yeah.
40? Doing your
Yeah.
third professional fight. I tried watching dirty boxing. Maybe I'm just not watching the right nights. It was pretty bad. I can't.
Yeah.
I could not watch dirty boxing, dude.
Yeah, and I want to say this too. The um the Paramount Plus deal has made it way easier to say, okay, this is a shitty card because like do you know how hard it is to drop $80 on a shitty card?
Yeah,
Now it's so much easier. Like,
cards anymore. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I'll take all the crappy cards for $10. You know?
Plus, they're like probably required to put on this many events, and like you have all these fighters. The same fighter can only fight like 4 or 5 times max per year. So like you're not
Yeah,
going to see him every week, and they're putting on 43 of these.
yeah,
43 weeks, like 43
yeah,
events. That's a lot.
yeah. And the other thing with the AI, like, man, imagine the fights we could have had with AI. Like, bro, fucking Habib and Tony probably would have happened. You
Yeah.
know, fucking Tony wouldn't
Came
have
out
never had
those
to came
court.
out. Yeah, he would have never had to come out to do a promo. Like
They
I
would
was
have
listening to
tripped
Sean
over a
O'Malley say
cord.
it, and it's like you don't have to take fighters out of training camp to do a promo. You don't have to keep them away from their eating or whatever. Like when fighters are in training camp, they're very scheduled. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that can mess it up. But
Trust me, I've played the UFC games. I've had to
yeah,
schedule
bro,
an
dude, the
interview and then
career,
I missed training for a week. Like
yeah,
that's
dude,
obviously not helping me. I have to use
exactly.
40 of my stamina
HP
points.
points, man.
Come
Yeah,
on,
dude.
man.
Come on, man. It's crazy. But no, guys, we wanted to hop on, take an hour of your time to talk about some fights, talk about this card. We'll be back on later this week to talk about some other stuff. And yeah, hey, tune in, like, subscribe. We love you guys. We'll
Yeah,
catch you guys later. Ken,
we'll
get us
catch
out of
you.
here, boy.
We'll catch you later.
Woo!